If you have ever felt like cold outreach doesn't work in your industry, if you've ever felt like, no, my market's saturated, I need to change my offer, oh, the grass is greener over there, it's so much easier if I just sold XYZ, oh, I see my friend going over there selling XYZ, I need to go do that because my offer doesn't work. None of this outreach stuff, none of this cold email stuff works for me. If you've ever felt like that, which I don't blame you because it is kind of hard to get things like cold outreach to work, especially when there's so many goobers in the market trying to figure out, trying to sell you, oh, do this, do that, without ever actually having done it, then this video is for you. Because in this video, we're going to explain how Abdul was booking 5 to 10 meetings per month, very inconsistent with unqualified prospects, to now where Abdul books 40 meetings a month and onboards 6 to 7 clients every single month of his dream prospects and dream brands that he wants to work with, because he's targeting the e-commerce niche with an email marketing offer. So if that's you and you target e-commerce with what you would call a saturated offer, or if you're in any market and you just feel like, oh, like I can't get this cold outreach stuff to work, how do I do it? Then this video is for you. Hopefully there's some really good insights in there for you. And more than anything really, what I want this video to do is kind of change your beliefs about what is possible when it comes to cold outreach, because I know a lot of people have kind of given up on cold email. They've given up on cold outreach because they've kind of come to the conclusion that it's so saturated and it doesn't work. Well, Abdul has a bit of a different story. So check out this video, watch it till the end, and hopefully you get some insights, and hopefully I can kind of reframe that belief for you, because I think it's pretty interesting. Cheers. G'day. We are back with the main man, Abdul, who has been booking crazy meetings in the email marketing niche, which is pretty much unheard of. You don't see that too often, but Abdul's been able to do it as a client of ours, which is really, really sick. Obviously, email marketing is pretty tough, very saturated. So even if you're in sort of a more competitive niche, it'll be pretty good to hear from Abdul, obviously, because he's been able to sort of crack that alongside us. But Abdul, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about the company.
What's happening, Leo? Thanks for having me on. Yeah, my name's Abdul. I run an email and SMS marketing agency for e-com brands. So yeah, like many others there, we also do some direct mail, push notifications, and so on. Yeah, so we've been working with Leo and his team for quite a while now. Prior to this, we were running cold emails for quite a while. I'd say, over a year and a half. Weren't really the best at it because we couldn't really crack the best offers or type of inbox management that we needed to. We didn't really know how to go about it until Leo stepped in, until you guys stepped in and helped us out with that. We didn't really find cold email to be. I mean, it was our biggest acquisition channel. We've not really tried ads or anything like that, but when it comes to cold email, our biggest problem was just booking calls, getting prospects to respond. That was a difficult one for us. And then that's when you guys taught us around sales magnets, lead magnets, and so on.
Yeah, sick. I guess it's probably a good question to ask. So like before we started working together, how many meetings would you typically book, and what do you think the biggest problem was with the cold outreach stuff?
Before we started working with you guys, we were probably booking around, honestly, maybe like 10, 8, maybe 7 calls a month. Majority of them, unfortunately, being unqualified. So it's really low. I think the biggest problem was that we just weren't sending enough emails. Our offer wasn't something that people could read and say, yeah, I want to give this a go. Just wasn't valuable enough at all. And then even if we did have responses to the emails we were sending out, we didn't have a system in place or an inbox management system that could immediately follow up with the interested prospects. So we were just basically losing a lot of opportunity there. So I guess overall, we didn't have a system that we can rely on and say, yeah, this stuff is working.
Right. So you'd had some stuff in place and you'd kind of started optimizing it a little bit, but it kind of just needed a little bit of a boost with the offer, with the volume, with the appointment setting, just kind of like a bit of a makeover in a way, I suppose. Yeah, so that's it's an interesting insight to see the difference it can make in email marketing, especially because a lot of people kind of, I know a lot of lead gen agencies don't actually take on clients in email or in paid ads that target ecom because they think it's so saturated. So it is a good, it's good living proof that it actually does work. And I suppose it's probably a good point in the chat to progress. So once we started working together, how quick did you see sort of the change between obviously booking, sort of 7 to 15 calls a month compared to sort of what we're booking now?
Yeah, so we saw the change within the first week, surprisingly. I mean, we were expecting it'll take a little while until we could start seeing some results, but wasn't expecting it to come in as fast as we saw it. So we probably doubled our booking rate, just within the first week. And you guys obviously helped us out with the management, how to reply back to these interested prospects. So I was doing a little bit of the inbox management there with my team. So we saw instant results, which was crazy because we've worked with a couple other lead agencies before, and they just weren't able to we just didn't see the results. And yeah, I think when you guys stepped in and helped us out, our perspective completely changed to cold email and what we're doing things wrong. Just like not even the script or the offer, the way we were even, building our list was completely wrong. And, you
Yeah.
know, so it was like problem after problem that we uncovered. But the results were just instantaneous. And we had to find a way to keep up with it. But yeah, it's good problems.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna tell, people that in the future, like, yeah, it was like within a week, because I don't want to set that expectation. I don't want to set that expectation because people
Yeah,
are gonna
yeah,
come in and say, oh, it's gonna give us calls today, and it's like, well, like, that's just, that's not everyone. That's just
yeah,
Abdul. Um,
yeah.
but that's good. So I suppose it would have been about 6 or 7 weeks since we started. How many calls do you reckon you would have booked since about, I think it was mid-January we got rolling, maybe mid to late January, and now it's March 5th. How many calls do you reckon you've booked?
Yeah, so um I think we've booked around. We can check now, actually. We've probably booked in just probably like the last 30 days. We've booked over 40 calls, which is unheard of. Normally, we do that in like 3 months or even four. Um, but just within a 30-day period, that's the numbers we're looking at. Um, so that first month was in January was key because we took on about 6, 7 brands just within that 7 month. And for sure, we won't be able to do that, without the systems you guys have implemented for us.
That's sick, man. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. So I suppose that's probably a good
Yeah.
commentary on. Obviously, one part of the equation is obviously you need to know what to say to get leads on cold email, specifically with email marketing. It's something people struggle with. But then there's kind of the second factor, which is of the leads that you're getting, are they completely trash? Are they just, a 5K a month ecom store that profits negative 50K a month? Uh, that's what you see
Yeah.
quite often. So what would you say about the quality of the leads that have come through? Have they been, trash, or have they been okay? Have they been good?
No, they've definitely been good. Prior to this, we were just going straight for the booked call. Now we're going obviously more of with a value driven approach, and with that value driven approach, we're getting a lot more bigger brands responding back to us, seeing what we have to say, hopping on a call, and just the approach that you guys have shown us of how we're supposed to lead with value first, and then it's so much easier to get on a call has just changed everything for us. Prior to this, we were getting, you know, we were hopping on calls that were just a waste of time. We just couldn't help them. And That's completely changed for us now just because of the approach we're taking now. Um, and Yeah, building up more value to share with others. So the lead quality has gone a lot better. And it's easier for us because we waste less time. We're able to show more value on the call, and also we can sign bigger clients.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love to hear that. It's honestly really sick because everyone thinks email marketing absolutely sucks for cold email, especially. So
Yeah.
it's honestly going to be great to show people what's possible. Um, but I guess probably one of my last questions would be about what do you think the total lifetime value will be added as a result of these new systems that you have? Obviously, sort of almost not even thinking long term because long term will be a little bit different. You can speak to that if you feel like it, but just in terms of like the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, the lifetime value is going to be a lot more because when we were coming in with the value-driven approach, obviously, there's no point really acquiring clients if you can't retain them. But because we're coming in with more of this value-driven approach within our cold emails, it's gone a lot longer for us to retain these clients, and we haven't churned a client for quite a while now. And that's only because of not just our service, but the way we've approached them from the beginning, the way we still continue to help them out and offer as much value as possible and do our best work. So um, as a result, just from that, we've churned way less. I think now, we've got brands that have been with us for like 2 years now plus. And even thinking back then, even these clients here, um, it was a value-driven approach. We did everything we could to get them on board with us. Um, so it's been really, really positive just from the lifetime value of these clients coming on board with us.
Yeah, that's sick, man. I love to hear it. The last one I suppose would be like if you were to talk to someone who was thinking, who's this ugly Leo bloke? What is 1,000x leads? What is this, Sophron? Like what are all these companies that Leo and obviously Matt, who you've had a bit to do with now as well. What would you say to people that are sort of thinking about, who are these geezers?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a ton of content that you guys have out there on YouTube, and you guys I think are posting almost a video every day, which is insane. But just looking at your free stuff on YouTube, everything, you can quickly see, okay, these guys know their stuff. Um, and what I would say, if you're looking to join on the fence of, joining, what I would say is it's become more and more difficult than ever before to sell a service through cold email. And if you don't have the right systems and the right funnel set up, you're going to struggle. Like it's long gone the days of, can we get on a call, and explore some specifics or anything like that. Those scripts don't work anymore. At least for me, they definitely don't work. And 2, 3, 4 years ago, those would probably work. And it's not just the cold email, but you've got to have the right leads. You've got to have right content going. You've got to have, what I know Matt and yourself call conversion mechanisms, and everything else going on. And that's what you guys are helping us with out right now, which is amazing. There's just a lot more to it. And yeah, this program so far, I've only been here for a couple weeks now, but immediately we're seeing the best results we can, not just from booking calls, but within ourselves as well, and that's really what we're here for.
Yeah, that's great to hear, man. I think you're gonna absolutely crush, especially with the stuff we're working on now, with the conversion mechanisms and the systems, even with sort of the team training and everything that we're putting in place. I think you'll be very, very well positioned for 2024, and I really look forward to seeing what you can do because I think you'll be one of the premier email marketing agencies in the space. And yeah, I appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Awesome.